Cooking with the vegan zombie. I needed this. I don't need it, but I needed it. You know what I mean? And now it's gonna rise. I cut it in half, so we have 2 of them. So you can freeze that one.
Okay.
And then this one, we're gonna put in there, and we're gonna let this rise right now.
What do you freeze it in? And you gotta put it in a bag or what?
Yeah, I would put this, so I would just take this as it is and put it in like a little baggie.
Okay.
And then put it in the freezer. And then when you want to use it, take it out of the bag, let it thaw, it'll rise, and then you'll have your dough. But for this, we're gonna just kind of put this, we'll put it in here. We're not gonna turn it on, we're just gonna let it sit in there until it rises. And then we're gonna start with our pressure cooker recipe. Pressure cookers are really easy to use. Okay, so what I have here is the Chefman pressure cooker. Comes with the pan, the pot inside. What we're gonna do is we're gonna get started with this right away. So I'm just gonna put some water in there, and then we're gonna add we're gonna put brown rice and quinoa in there to start out. Okay, so I filled it up to about there. Put it right there. We have some brown rice, brown jasmine rice. And we're just gonna pour.
How much water did you put in there? Just eyeball it, or?
I eyeball it, but you're supposed to use about two cups to every cup.
Okay.
And then I have some quinoa, which I like to put quinoa in there as well. And we're just gonna put a little bit of quinoa in there. And about a 1/4 cup. We're gonna stir that up real quick. Okay, so we have a sweet potato. So sweet potato, we're gonna cut it up rather small, just so it cooks it with the rest of it, because sweet potato can take a little bit longer to cook. So we're just gonna do this.
You just rinse it and then cut it up and cook it?
Yeah. We're doing our best with our semi-sharp knife. And we're just gonna throw that in there as well. Probably we're gonna use a 1/4 of this cabbage if I can cut it. I should have brought my knives with me. So cabbage, the more colorful, the more nutrients are in it. Okay, so we have a red onion for the same reason. Color red is better than a yellow onion as far as nutrients go. I'm gonna take the skin off it. Try not to cry, because onions will make you cry. Okay, I'm already starting to cry. I will only use about half an onion. We're just gonna dice it up nice. And small little oniony things, okay? Throw that in there as well. Carrots, baby carrots, because we don't have bigger carrots. So we'll just throw this in like that. Carrots are good. You like carrots?
I love carrots.
Okay, so carrots. And then we have...
Trying not to cry though.
Yeah, it's definitely affecting my eyes a little bit. Yeah, pepper. I like to cut all my veggies into like little bite-sized pieces for some reason. And we're gonna also use some of this pepper for, well, we'll use another one for the pizza, but we have to cut it up for the pizza, which means I should probably use the rest of that onion for the pizza too.
Okay.
If you want onions on your pizza.
It's fine.
Okay. So the pepper's gonna go in there. And by the way, that onion's making me cry. Broccoli, do you want broccoli in there? Or do you want broccoli on the pizza? Because we're good with, pizza. The other thing is kale. So we're gonna throw some kale in there as well. It's gonna cook this down and not be as fibrous. Okay, so there's some kale in there. We also have some celery we're gonna put in there. This is gonna be so healthy. We have some garbanzo beans, chickpeas. We're gonna throw them in there too. Straight up protein there. And now we're gonna put a bunch of seasoning in there. Okay, so I have a little bit of chili powder. So we're gonna put some chili powder in there. We have some dried oregano. You're gonna wanna use dried herbs for this because it's cooking it a little bit.
So it extracts it a little bit better.
So this is paprika. Paprika is really good. If you can get smoked paprika, it's even better. Cumin is a spice that I use a lot. And do you like Indian dishes or no?
I've never had them.
Okay, so
just make whatever you're gonna make, and I'll try it. And
this is dried basil.
I'll eat whatever.
You know what? Thank you. I'm gonna use some of this. Even though this sounds weird, I do this. So I'm gonna put just one little shake of ground cinnamon in there. You don't have to do that, but I think it gives it kind of like a nice little flavor. And then we have some curry. I bought this in the international section of Wegmans, so we're gonna put some curry in there. Curry is basically cumin, turmeric, and I think coriander. And then we have some nutritional yeast. I'm not gonna put this in until it's all done. And the reason for that is we don't want to kill off the nutritional yeast, the benefits of it. It's got B12 and stuff like that. Now you can put a little bit of this coconut aminos in there if you really want. You can do it after the fact if you want to do that. Right now we're going to stir all these flavors in so they all cook together, because all that liquid is at the bottom. Flavors get in there, and now we're simply just going to plug it in and we're going to get started. About 25 minutes.
Nice. So that's like a supercharged crock pot.
Yeah. So I'm gonna do it on the soup stew one, and then let's put it at 25 minutes. And then there we go. Now it's gonna heat up. It's gonna start steaming, and then it's gonna go for 25 minutes. And now we are going to go back to the pizza. So we need to cut up our ingredients for our pizza, and we also need to make the sauce for our pizza. I'm going to use a tomato. We have some no salt crushed tomato and some tomato paste. We're going to put this in the blender. We use a good amount of that, probably 3/4 of it. Pour the crushed tomatoes in there. You're definitely going to have a little bit left over, so you can use that for your other pizza or to like dip your pizza, and that's what I like to do. And then I like to put a nice fresh tomato in there as well. You can skip that canned sauce if you really want, if you have enough fresh tomatoes to throw in there. It'll just taste more real. You don't have to really cut those because we're going to blend it. And I like to put a little bit of onion in there as well. Okay, as far as seasonings go, I like to put a little paprika, a little more cumin, and then this time we're going to use some garlic powder. A little bit of that. You like it a little bit spicier, so we're going to use a little bit of chili powder. And then of course, if you have Italian seasoning, that's great, but we have some oregano, which is going to be in Italian seasoning, and some basil. Okay? And then also a little bit of nutritional yeast. Now if you want to cheat and you need something that's low sodium but a little bit of sodium, you can always put something like salsa in there and blend that up with it. It's good, delicious. If you can't deal with like the blandness or whatever, we're gonna try just this. I'm gonna go blend this.
So we're not gonna go with this salsa?
If you really feel like you want a little bit in there,
just add it onto the top?
Yeah, we can add that in if you want. You can also put a little bit of salsa on top of your pizza if it's too bland. And that's just for you guys out there that, you know, you're trying the no salt thing and it's just, you're really craving that saltiness. Okay, we are gonna go blend that. I've chopped up some red onion, some red pepper, bell pepper, and some broccoli, really small. Like I said, I like my veggies to be chopped in little bite-sized pieces, so that's what we got here. And it's all in one. If you've seen my other pizza making videos, I always put it in one bowl and I mix it up so it goes on the pizza uniformly. Over here we have our dough, which is, I've already punched it down once and let it rise up again. We don't want this to stick, and we don't want to use oil. So we're not going to use spray oil or anything like that. So we're going to use a little bit more flour. So what we're going to do is we're just going to flour the bottom. If you have cornmeal, that's great, that works. And we blended up our sauce real nice. We have our oven preheated to 425 degrees, and that is Fahrenheit. Just dust it a little bit with that flour. Okay, so it doesn't stick to your hands. We're just going to make a little bit of a crust, a little bit of an edge. This is how I did it down in pizzeria many years ago when I worked there. We have a couple onlookers looking at us right now. Who do we have here, Jay?
Shayna and Lila.
Shayna and Lila. They're really interested in this pizza. You want to just be careful with this because I've noticed that the whole wheat flour is a little bit more delicate than the regular white all-purpose flour. So I try to be careful with this when I stretch it out, but it's looking pretty good. And that's what I mean. If you don't like do that knead at the beginning, it's going to start ripping when I'm doing this right now, but so far it looks pretty good. And just do this until you get to the size that you want. Pizza sheet. Alright, so there we go. It's gonna be about like that. Is that good for you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. Now we need, do you have like a nice big spoon, ladle, or something like that? I like to just put that down like that. I like a good amount of sauce on my pizza. It's perf. This is perf. Okay, so we're gonna go like that from the middle, and we're just gonna go out. Just like that. That's how you do a pizza. Whether it's a wheat pizza or a regular pizza. Now, I also like to use some more dried basil. Throw that down there. Also a little bit of oregano. I want this to taste good. And then I got some nutritional yeast. Nutritional yeast down here. It's gonna give it a tiny bit of a cheesy flavor, and you can also put some more of this on when it's out of the oven. And then this, so just put this all down there. These are all the delicious veggies. Does that look good, Lila? Yeah. Yeah. Now you can do my other, my cheese sauce that I did in my other video. If you check that out, which is basically just sweet potatoes, carrots, and bell pepper with some seasoning. But we're not doing that today, we're just doing this. And that's all we're really doing. We're gonna put that in the oven for about 12 to 15 minutes. All right, so this is just beeped. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna release the steam. The steam is now let out after about 2 or 3 minutes, and we're gonna open this up so you guys can see what it looks like. So we're gonna move it to the unlock position, and then it's just gonna open. Come here. Get all that steam out of there. That looks good.
Oh, that looks cool.
It does look good.
That's a lot.
Looks like greens and smells great.
All the goodness. Good for you.
This one is good.
Sweet potatoes are nice and tender. That means it cooked everything through.
That kind of scooper?
No. Alright, so we're just going to give it a nice stir, because remember, we got all that rice at the bottom. Just stir it up like that. There's also quinoa in there too, remember?
I can smell it. Is that the curry I smell?
Yeah. So we do have curry in here, so it kind of smells a little bit like an Indian dish. So, Jay, how easy was that?
They were easy for me, because I was just watching.
So what did we do? We went to Aldi and Wegmans, we grabbed some stuff, we came back, and that took half an hour, right?
Yep, pretty
and
much.
There's, how much is in it? I mean, you have food for at least 3 or 4 days.
Absolutely.
All right, let's try it out.
Tastes good. It is good.
And it's nice and, I mean, the sweet potato, the carrots, they're nice and tender. You could just mush them right up.
No, it tastes real good. I wouldn't add anything to it.
No, you could put a little bit of nutritional yeast on it. I'm gonna do that. If you want to try that, let me see. It's gonna give it like a kind of like a nutty flavor. I don't know how to explain that to somebody that's not a vegan. You know, I kind of
A cheesy flavor.
acquired the taste. We got the little one. I'm about to try it. You got some rice there, don't you?
You like carrots and sweet potatoes?
Careful too, because it's really hot.
Is it good? It's yummy,
So
huh?
we have 2 for 2, because I don't know.
I want more.
See?
Sweet potatoes are sweet.
I wonder why they call them sweet potatoes. Jay?
Because they're sweet.
I don't want to be sweet.
Yeah, I think it's time to
Wanna try
on
the pizza?
Now it's time for pizza. Now it's time for pizza.
Hi guys. Well, that's how it looks. It's whole wheat crust. Okay, let's see how it tastes.
Now it's time for pizza.
Well, at least we know it didn't stick to the tray. You ready to try the pizza?
Mm-hmm.
I want to.
This is Felix, by the way, right here. Felix the cat.
That's real good. It's real got a lot of taste to it.
Thank you. You hear that, guys? That is the reaction of a non-vegan trying my vegan pizza. Trying my salt, oil-free vegan
It's
pizza.
extremely good.
That's awesome.
I'd rather eat this than a regular pizza, because before, when I've eaten your pizzas before, you can eat a lot of it and you don't feel stuffed or bloated or anything. So, and this is even going to be even better. So
Yeah, and you still have another one in the freezer you can make, so now you know how to do it. Lila's gonna try it right now. She doesn't want the broccoli, it looks like.
I mean, I want more.
Hold on.
All right, well, I guess this was a success, and now you know how to make a few different recipes.
Here.
We can meet up again and I can show you some more recipes on another day when we have more time.
Absolutely.
If you guys like this video, give me that thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, survive, watch out for zombies, and I'll see you guys in the next video.